In today's video, we're going to talk about how my YouTube business, aka my YouTube channel and my online business, both profited over 30% the entire time that I was on maternity leave. So now my child is over 16 months, but when he was first born, okay, so that first trimester that he was born, aka the fourth trimester as it's called, I stepped away. I stepped away from all of my operations, my YouTube channel, my business, and I'm going to talk about exactly what happened when I stepped away, the time leading up to it. And this video right here is going to address the very important question. Can your business operate and survive without you? This is so important, and I really want every entrepreneur and business owner, founder, CEO watching this to think about this. Like, if you were to remove yourself from everything that you do, right, to generate revenue, would your business survive, your channel, etc.? What would happen to the content you're posting? What would happen to clients, courses? Is there auto enrollment? So we're going to dive into that. If your goal right now is to have your YouTube channel and your business profit 30% while you're completely away, go ahead and comment 30% in the comments and let's get to it. Let's start this much needed discussion. All right, so if you are a content creator and you are also a business owner, right? And there's millions of you and us out there. There's approximately 50 million people on this earth right now that consider themselves a professional content creator, right? So that's a big number. So this is a big deal. When we have a normal job, so back when I was a civil engineer, I didn't have a baby back then, but if I were to have been like, hey, I'm getting married, and by the way, I'm having a baby, I would typically be granted a maternity leave, right? So they would give me, I don't know, maybe 2 months off, 3 months off, undisturbed, and I would still get paid. When you're an entrepreneur, when you're a small business owner, even when you're a big business owner, okay, these things aren't quite as simple. When I found out I was pregnant, I was like, well, that in itself was a surprise, okay, but then my next biggest fear was like, what's going to happen to my business? Like, this is my baby, right? This is what I've been growing with, blood, sweat, heart, all this equity, time, energy, right? So I was truly scared, right? Because the pride of owning your business is like, yeah, all the hard work you've put into it, you want to experience the results. You want to be alongside your business as it progresses. So I was feeling a whole bunch of internal fear, doubt, anxiety, and I was like, I have no clue what I'm going to do. But I had to make something happen. So here's what I did, and my thinking behind this was, okay, what's occupying all of my time right now? And I had to evaluate. A lot of what was bringing me a ton of stress was my YouTube operations, or not just my YouTube operations, all the operations of my entire business. What that means specifically is managing a team, assigning tasks, evaluating projects, priorities, making sure things are on track, making sure the people on your team are doing their job, and that nothing is getting missed. Because at the time when I had found out I was pregnant, I was wearing so many hats. I mean, I was the course creator, the content creator. I had to do claims. When we receive a claim, I would have to be in charge of the new website project. I would have to be in charge of distributing on my social media, like so many things. And on top of that, I was pregnant. I'm a new wife, and so I know I was about to be a new mom. So I had to think. I'm like, okay, what do I do next? So the next move that I figured out from asking other business owners was I knew I need to hire an operations director, or otherwise known as an operations manager. And so this is when Elizabeth, and you guys may know her from the other subscribers to sales channel, future podcast, right? Our other channel that we have, she has spoken and created content on the channel, but she is our operations manager behind the team, and she came on board, and she just really just put my mind at ease, like saved me from doing a whole lot of things that I was doing before. And she came in, the greatest part about her coming on was she seamlessly came on the team. I'm like, Elizabeth, I am so sorry to do this to you, but I have all these fires to put out. We have a launch coming up. This is out of control. This process, I don't even know what's going on. Can you just help me figure it all out? She's like, yes, 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 and yes, don't worry. And my biggest fear was like, I'm going to have to train her. I'm like, how can I train her when all of what I'm doing is so scattered and just a lot of it felt like off the fly and it just very not organized, not systematized. So she came in, she created SOPs, processes, systems, took over team management. She started doing performance reviews for the team, which is amazing. And she just made me feel so much at ease. Okay. And the great part about it is that when you have someone come on your team that's so much more experience and has so much more knowledge in a subject matter, that they complement you because they're way smarter than you at this certain thing. That was the case with her. And so if you're feeling right now drowned in your daily operations and you're feeling like nothing right now in your company is scalable, you might want to look at your operations department and think, do I need to be spending 20 hours a week on management and all the behind the scenes things? Where my answer was definitely no, right? Because I could not keep up, right? Projects were halfway finished. Things felt, super under control. So that was really step one for me, was getting the personnel in place to be able to confidently say like, okay, I'm going to take a step back. This person is going to operate everything. So that is quite nice, okay? So that was step one. The next thing was content creation. So I did not have as much time as I wanted to fully be prepared to create 3 months worth of content while I was gone. We had a big launch when I was like 7.5, 8 months pregnant. So that was a lot. There was tons of stuff going on for that. But another thing when you're a content creator is you have to make sure your systems are in place. So when we zoom in on YouTube, okay, we need to make sure that you have at least 2 people behind the YouTube channel that are high growth or high performance and growth focused, right? You need a channel manager that is in charge of the channel. And of course you need a video editor if you don't have one already. So those 2 people are essential to the success, and not only the success, but the scalability of your channel, okay? Because one thing that the team was able to do while I was gone was our channel manager and now our head YouTube success coach, Dawn, she was able to schedule out a ton of things in the community tab. She was able to help our video editors come up with different mashup content. So getting old clips from my videos and putting them together and making them a new piece of content. So they were really, really familiar with how to sustain the channel while I was gone. So although I wasn't pumping out like 1 to 2 videos per week, they were still able to maintain the traffic and make sure that it didn't go completely down while I was gone. So I had enough content spaced out to have like, I think it was 2 videos a month or something like that. So if you have to go down in the quantity of videos that you're posting while you're gone, not a problem. Even if you have to take a complete break from your YouTube channel while you're gone, whether you're wanting to take a sabbatical, paternal leave, month-long vacation, whatever it is, if you don't want to like kill yourself wanting to make the content to supplement while you're gone, that's fine, right? Because the most important thing is making sure that your back catalog, meaning your public videos of the channel right now, are solid, and that you have a strong back catalog of evergreen videos driving traffic to your funnels. So that's super key right there, all right? So I would advise to make sure your back catalog is extremely strong, okay? Make sure leading up to your sabbatical or vacation or maternity leave that you've been posting hard. Maybe you ramp it up, right? Maybe you're posting twice a week if you're used to posting once a week, something like that. So that way, when you leave with an upward trend on your channel as opposed to a downward trend. I would maybe, if you can, without like it really affecting what you have going on, maybe you do have a big launch coming up, or you're releasing a product, or you're hiring team members, whatever it is, if you're able to squeeze out maybe 2 pieces of content at least for the channel while you're gone, that's great. Okay, so let's say your posting frequency was or is 6 videos a month. Try to maintain at least 3 videos a month, if that makes sense, just to keep the algorithm like, okay, yeah, this channel is still here, right? We're not like just dropping off the face of the YouTube algorithm earth. We are maintaining consistency. So that's really important. So that was something I did have. Although I didn't have content so much produced in advance in order to produce 4 to 5 videos a month, I had 2 videos a month. One was a mashup and one was a newer piece of content that was able to post while I was gone to maintain the traffic and everything on my channel. And by the way, if you are interested in 5xing your YouTube channel's growth right now, but you want to make sure you have a strong high performance team behind the channel, definitely book a strategy call with me right here in this link or the first link in the description. And what we'll go over is one of the services that we offer where we literally go in and take your channel from stagnant to scaled, all right? And we'll go in and we will build and train your YouTube, your high performance team to 5x your growth within the next 90 days, guaranteed. And so we have 3 pillars and strategies that we stand by that have gotten our clients incredible results. And that is the high performance team, right? The team that's going to take over the channel and really help with the viral growth strategies behind the scenes, making sure that your channel is on par and really dominating with the YouTube algorithm so that you're just creating peacefully in just 2 hours per week. Then we have our viral video growth strategy, what's going to ignite that viralness for your channel and position your niche as the go-to. And then the third thing, which is super important and wouldn't have allowed me to profit 30% while I was gone, are the systems, right? And the strong workflows behind the channel. This is equally as important, and we will incorporate a grow more, work less framework so that you're creating content peacefully while your channel still scales in the background. So go ahead, I have a couple more spots left for a strategy call. Go ahead and book the call right here or the link in the description, and I will see you on the call. And now the last thing that is also super important is for your business model, whether you are a course creator or you have coaching or maybe a consultancy, you're a service provider, you have to make sure that you're able to hire someone to take over what you're doing. Now, as a small business owner, this is kind of terrifying because you may have the mindset of like, no one can do it as good as me, which is technically true. However, somebody can do it really, 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 really well, okay? And you have what it takes to literally transfer your trust into somebody else as long as you're making sure that you're writing down and documenting the processes that you're doing right now. Okay, so this is another thing I had to do was I had to hire a couple of coaches to take my spot in order to fulfill client calls while I was gone. And this was great. Like, I was able to basically have them go through my course and be like, hey, or I told them, this is how I teach, this is my theory, like, do you think this is teachable for you? And they were like, yeah, absolutely. So they went through the training and we had a discussion about, just went over commonly asked questions and things that come up with clients, and they crushed it. Like, they absolutely crushed it while I was gone and did well with the coaching calls. And this is very doable whether you're a service provider and you provide a service. Like, you can bring someone on board that can learn what you do. I mean, this is the key. You have to do it at some point in order to hit that multiple 6-figure mark, cross that 7-figure mark, because that is the key to true scalability, is that you're able to duplicate yourself and you're able to, at some point, completely remove yourself from the equation, right? That is the goal. You need to be able to stress test your business and remove yourself and see, like, wow, not only one, nothing catastrophically failed, but 2, my business survived without me and it profited. This is the key right here. And so if you're worried about somebody, like, who are you going to hire? Well, take a look at first what needs to be hired first, right? If you're reaching maybe your limit with client fulfillment right now, which is a great problem to have, you might want to look at hiring a co-coach or a co-designer or a co-video editor. Whatever type of service or consultancy you're providing, you can definitely outsource it. And I learned while I was on maternity leave and even after I was on maternity leave that any business is scalable. Like I used to have a lot of limiting beliefs around coaching businesses and consulting and service provider businesses. Like literally any type of agency or whatever you have, it is scalable, all right? As long as you're documenting your processes behind the scenes and making it strong, you are able to teach somebody what to do, okay? Another great tip is to have strong job posts. Like, what are the values of your company? If and when somebody comes on board, what does success look like in their position, okay? So not only like, how do they get an A on the job, but how do they act? How do they treat your clients? What type of characteristics do you want them to have? Having this on the job description, once you post it on different sites like Indeed or Upwork or any other types of hiring portals, this is what's going to attract the language that you have in your job description, that ideal dream team member that's going to come on and give you your time back, basically. So this is, if you take one thing away from this video, just know that everything is scalable, okay? And this is another thing we could talk about in the strategy call that I mentioned, which is in the first link in the description, is true scalability. So yeah, whether you're doing high ticket coaching, consulting, you have an e-commerce store, you have an Etsy store, whatever it is scalable, okay? So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, definitely check out the video coming up next about YouTube automation and the deception behind this whole YouTube faceless channel debate going on right now. So check out that video. It's a good one, and I will see you guys on that video. So AI is smart. There's no doubt about that. But it's not as smart as to allow you to make $5 grand a week with little to no effort, only working 20 minutes per day.